Hey, listeners, have you ever wondered what you're missing on the Patreon?
Let us ask you these questions. Do you like the Prefixe? There's an extended version of it every week on the Patreon called the a la carte.
Do you miss your favorite dead celebrities? We have a medium who comes on to talk to them on the Patreon.
Are you an astrology buff? We have an astrologer who comes to the Patreon to read the celebrity stars.
Do you want to hear what we edit out of the podcast? Then you can listen to our cutting room floor episodes on the Patreon.
Do you ever wish we could fix you? Then listen to our all-tier advice episodes right now on the Patreon.
And if you ever want to kiki with other listeners of this pod, come to one of our hilarious live Zoom spectaculars.
Still not convinced? No problem. Head on over to patreon.com/fixingfamouspeople to listen to an example episode of each of these. Absolutely free. See you on Patreon.
Where's Shelley? This is Fixing Famous People, the podcast where two reality television producers pitch solutions to save celebrities in dire straits.
But first, let's get to the Prefixe, your weekly pop culture roundup.
Listeners, you already know. You already know what we're opening with this week. You already know the story's so big. It's basically like if Jesus could marry Jesus, this is the A block. This is the act one. Whenever this wedding's going to be, it is obviously going to be the wedding of the century.
Of the millennium.
That's it. The world's biggest star engaged. Taylor Swift engaged to Travis Kelce.
I bet you we won't see one photo from the wedding.
I don't know.
I bet you it'll be so fucking private. I bet you I promise you she's going to have people like put their phones in those bags and like check them in. 100%, I'm telling you right now, we won't see one. It'll be like when Beyonce got married and we didn't know until like months later.
I mean, maybe, who knows? Or what they could do. It's a shame that the president doesn't like Taylor Swift because he could probably get in the good graces of everyone by declaring that wedding day a national holiday and just streaming it on the White House website. Let the world see it. I mean, this is, as we're going to speak about later in this Prefixe, by the way, I have a little screed I need to go on with you, which we haven't discussed yet, that I was going to discuss before we found out about the engagement. I mean, biggest star in the world. Again, is it her or Beyonce? I feel like they're always in the green room with that title. They just keep switching back and forth. She's the biggest star in the world. She's about to release an album.
Yeah.
And, you know, she announces an album and makes podcast history just by doing that. Like, this woman makes money for everyone who's in the room that she walks into. And so it'll be interesting to see if and how this wedding will be monetized. Like, what will it be? Will it be shot? Will it be live streamed? Will it be private, like Chris is saying? Or will they try to make it private and it's a disaster?
Anything. We're not going to see one thing.
She rather delightfully says in the caption that your favorite English teacher and your favorite gym teacher got engaged, which is perfect. She's a writer, and that's she just redefined well-written captions because that was fucking great. Congratulations. They are truly, we have a true no camp, no smarm. America now officially has sweethearts. It's been quite a moment.
Yeah.
We have America's sweethearts right now.
Yeah. For real.
Kelsey Grammer and Taylor Swift.
Kelsey Grammer and Taylor Swift. We haven't called him Kelsey Grammer in a long time.
We do today.
God, what a time. What a time. What
a time to be alive.
I'm telling you, we're never going to see her wedding dress. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, it's going to be so private because I feel like she doesn't want it. Like, yeah. And I like that.
I don't know.
I like that we're never going to see it. Like, there's something about that's like so fucking high level to me versus the fucking Bezos and Sanchez losers that were like, here's all these photos of all my shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be so locked up. It's not even funny.
I have much more to say about this upcoming album just in a couple of minutes because we need to move on to some more concerning and distressing news. But when the international legacy queen of breakup tracks gets engaged to be married, I don't care how exaggerated you think this is. This is a moment of not entertainment history. It's an actual moment of world history. And I won't have any arguments to the contrary. It's seismic.
It really
this
is.
person who's written these songs getting married finally, and I'll use finally in parentheses if you think it's rude. It's a moment.
Tectonic.
Tectonic. Let's move on. Well, it was a tough decision trying to decide which of the grave disappointments that we witnessed this week we were going to start with. I guess we will lead with someone we love dearly, who is Lil Nas X. Just, what do we term this? Having a moment, having a public nude middle of the night, put his hands on a police officer moment. Montero, what the fuck? What's happened? He was arrested. First of all, he was filmed extensively walking down the street in Los Angeles in cowboy boots and tighty whities. Not to not take it seriously, but he looked gorgeous, if I'm really being honest.
No, he looked great.
Tip to tail, this is a stunning male specimen.
Horrible,
let's say that.
Horrible. And just to point out, you were saying filmed, and notice that the person filming him at no point during any of the parts that I saw says, do you need help? Do you need a ride?
Are you okay?
Are you okay? Yeah. May I
Mm-hmm.
please help you? Et cetera, et cetera. Let's just have that be in the ether and the ethos of this conversation. Because that person went straight to that fucking piece of dog shit at TMZ and collected a check for the video that they put in, where they don't at all ask this person if they need help or if they're okay. Period. Continue, Dominic. Sorry.
Thank you, Christopher. Not the ether and the ethos. You are spreading both sides of this sandwich. But then Montero, in video I haven't seen, but I'm sure exists on body cam, and we'll see it sooner or later. Obviously there's video somewhere of him then being fully nude walking down the street, yammering some shit. And by the way, I've seen the earlier video, as I'm sure most of you have. He doesn't appear incoherent. He just appears like buzzed and pissed off about something. Like he's just speaking in full sentences, but it appears to be nonsense. It appears to be like
he's on another planet. Yeah.
We're going to the party. Where's the party? Who's blah, blah, whatever it is it's supposed to be. But then he got fully nude. And I guess in the process of detaining him, he assaulted a police officer. So now, unfortunately, he had to spend the weekend in jail and was bailed out on $75,000. He's got 4 felonies now, which all told could add up to years in jail. His father and his reps have come forth to say that he does not do drugs. We are awaiting toxicology reports to confirm that assertion. But he doesn't do drugs, and that this was what they are saying, and I quote, is an aberration in his life. Please remember, he's 26 years old. People make mistakes, blah, blah, blah. And that's that. No word yet from Montero himself.
You'll see. I'm calling it now. His family is going to come being so concerned about him, and they're going to 100% going to try to conserve him and take all of his money, period. 100%. This is a case for Sam Lufty. I'm smelling Sam Lufty all over this.
Oh, good Lord, please. Yeah. None of those characters. Please, none of those characters.
You watch. Lou Taylor will be his manager very soon. You watch.
Yes, prayers up. I mean, he's not in candle territory.
Prayers up.
Nor has
prayers
he made
up,
a statement.
Yeah.
But you know what? There was a moment, and I know this isn't true, and for anyone battling addiction or mental illness, we don't know if either of those things have come into play in this incident, but there was a moment when we know he's been frustrated with the rollout of new music. We know that he is unhappy with the music industry, and there is something in me that's like, you know what? This will get the album out quicker. So if you need to put your dick on Santa Monica Boulevard at 4 a.m, I maybe do it. We're listening. You're back in the conversation, and everyone wants to know where the music is. Felonies, though, that might be a little tough to wiggle out of. But just ask Donald Trump for a pardon. He's going to give one to Ghislaine Maxwell any minute. Just do that.
Any second. Probably by the time this comes out, she'll be on the streets.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We love you, Montero. Please get well.
Yeah, prayers up. Throw him on the chain if you need to, Bless it up for him.
Well, in other pop culture news, a little more recent than that, a senior citizen who roams the earth being named after a cartoon dog has announced that he is afraid to go to the movies if there are queer people featured in them. Christopher, every day I wake up and I'm like, what absolute idiocy is 2025 going to deliver to us today? And the other day, it was when Snoop Dogg went to see, I guess the Pixar movie was Lightyear. He was with his grandson, and his grandson didn't understand how a lesbian, an all-female couple were able to have children. And that he's now scared to go to the movies because he wasn't prepared to have this conversation. Is adoption or surrogacy, are those difficult conversations to have? Are they more difficult than penis into vagina?
Penis to vagina. Yeah, as they say. I haven't said that in a while.
Heterosexuals, I love you. Chris loves you. Our parents are heterosexuals. We know many heterosexuals that we love and respect. But honest to God, you have for 1,000 years gotten wrong a child's ability to comprehend something as simple as they're just a couple, period.
Yeah.
There's clearly
Also,
no explanation here, man.
Oh, it's a movie.
Good God.
Outside of all the, like, take the lowest road possible outside of the high road that you're now on. Oh, it's a movie. This is fantasy. It's a movie. Anything can happen in this universe.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean? Like, it's a movie. This is a fantasy world that we live in.
No. How are you Snoop Dogg and you're scared of lesbians? Where do we begin?
No, loser behavior. Put
this motherfucker under a conservatorship. He shouldn't even be allowed to leave the house. Wasn't he almost on death row once? And he's afraid of lesbians?
Yeah.
Okay, baby. What a fucking disappointment, man. Like,
I know.
what?
No, yeah.
What a great rebrand for this guy. He's teaming up with Martha Stewart. And now, I don't know. I know there are people listening to this podcast who are like, there the faggots go again. It affects gay people, so they're going to scream louder. Correct. It's our house. We are going to scream louder about it.
We are.
And now he's done. No good graces. I won't watch him with Martha Stewart. I won't entertain any sort of conversation about him. You're scared? Stay home. Goodbye. Moving on.
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live, Lorne Michaels says in an interview last week that there is going to be a cast shakeup. Our group chat, of course, was it Tom in our group chat who was like, are they opening up Fort Knox for Bowen Yang at this point to get him to stay?
Correct.
And not just Bowen. I mean, not that Bowen's not a home run hitter, but like, to me, MVP of SNL right now, and I think you agree with it, is Ego Wodum. Like, she's 100%. The one you don't want to leave right now, man.
You know what we have not talked about, and I'm surprised we haven't, is the one episode where she goes, oh, all you people or whatever. She gets up on Weekend Update and is like yelling about something. I can't remember what the subject matter of it was.
Oh, she's a stand-up comic now?
Is that what it was?
She carries her purse? Yeah.
Is that, it might, maybe, but she goes, and we all know that men ain't, and then she turns the mic on the audience and they all at the exact same time go, shit. And then she goes, oh, we're gonna get fined for that. It was so fucking funny.
It is this character she does where she pretends that she's a stand-up comic on an airplane and she's carrying her purse with her.
I didn't realize that's what it is.
And that's what she was leading the audience on, and she didn't think that they were all going to scream the word shit on live television. As you said, it's it's just another great character that she's been doing. She's great.
Hilarious. She's so funny. But also, isn't there always a cast shakeup? I'm sorry. That's not.
I think so. I mean, I think, 50 years is sort of a big achievement. So I think they're in the moment of like, well, now what do we do? Because that was such a milestone last year. So I don't know if it's Devin or Devon Walker. He announced just yesterday that he, after 3 years, is leaving Saturday Night Live. There is another writer who announced that she was leaving Saturday Night Live. The first non-binary writer, Celeste Yim, posted on Insta that they were leaving in a pretty detailed but nice message about like how much the job meant to her and how many times she slept in her office. And I just kept thinking, like,
it sounds listen.
That's a job where you sleep in the office. Yeah. It doesn't. Everyone who's worked there said it's tough. It's one of television's most popular shows. It doesn't mean it has the most eyes on it every week, but you're talking about SNL every day of the week. When they air, they're doing something that's capturing you, whether you love it or hate it. So yeah, when you're putting a show together like that and you've got a week to do it, I would imagine sleeping in there. And it sounds rough. I'm speaking, of course, as someone who for several seasons on The Bachelor, I was the director of house reality, and I lived in the house with these women. And that's the only thing I thought about when Celeste Yim was like, I had to sleep in the office sometimes. I'm like,
you were
really?
Like, same. You were like, same.
I had to live with 12 women for a summer more than once. We all had the same cycle by the time it was done. It was like a nightmare. Good luck, Devon Walker. Good luck, Celeste Yim. Good luck to everyone who hasn't been. Is there a day when they just say like Keenan's
I don't
done?
know. I don't think so. I hope not.
That would be. I mean, the show would survive, but like sentimentally,
no, it's not the same
terrible.
show. Keenan's been on TV my whole life.
Yeah,
I know I've said this before, but like all that Keenan and Kel, and then like the Good Burger movie, and then truly, I feel like after that, it was like right on to SNL for Keenan. No,
he's one of those people who, like, if we in 15 years, if we were to make him the subject of one of our episodes, we'd be like, holy shit, he's wrapped up in the fabric of pop culture
forever.
You don't realize it.
Yeah.
When someone just becomes part of the wallpaper, you don't realize how much they're contributing. Like sort of like what happened when we did Rosie O'Donnell, where I was like, we've always loved her, but she's in your life like on a weekly basis for decades. You don't even realize it.
To this day, my mother will still quote him on a sketch he did on All That, where he was the lunch lady named Miss Pidlin, who would try to give people peas. And I loved peas as a kid, but she would try to give like mashed peas and they all didn't want it. And then what would happen is that she would get so mad and like flip out, and there would be steam coming out of her ears, and she would throw the peas everywhere. And it was just like a thing to like have Keenan like do a freak out and like freak out at people. And then finally they'd be like, okay, we'll take the peas. And she'd be like, thank you so much. And would give her and so my mom to this day would make peas. And she goes, I made peas, Miss Pidlin. And then she like, to this day, we will quote Miss Pidlin to each other. Anyway.
Well, prayers up for Keenan. I don't want him to leave.
No, I don't want that. That better not be the shakeup that they discuss.
We'll see how it goes. So this next story might not be one of the more important stories of the week, but it certainly is one of the more...
It is to us.
hilarious. Sonia Morgan, she of Real Housewives of New York, and a friend and colleague of one, Christopher Michael DeRosa, had this famous townhouse, and it was
You
sold.
all know it. You all know it. Don't act like you don't.
The townhouse.
Don't act like you don't. Just don't act like you don't.
What you may not know is that this townhouse has sold and is now, brace yourselves, going to be a sober living facility.
But like, is this real? But is this real? I don't think I believe this.
Well, I gave you another article that is now interviewing her neighbors on the Upper East Side who are quote unquote mortified that there will be a sober living facility on their block, because that's what rich people do. They campaign for the marginalized until they move next door.
And then they're like, get the fuck out of here. Yep, 100%, 1,000,000%.
Welcome to upper middle classdom 2025.
I mean, not upper middle classdom. These people, that it's 63rd Street. It's the houses you talked about, like on our episode about Joan Rivers, like how her house was like from the inside, from the front. You're like, okay, this will be cute, and then you go in it and it's like humongous.
Is that what the townhouse is like?
No, hers a little bit, but all of her neighbors, they're humongous.
They've got like Joan mansions, where it's just like, it's like an actual suburban house just wedged in between skyscrapers. That's sort of like what Joan's was always like.
Like humongous.
If you've ever met Sonia or watched an episode of the show, you understand that
the irony.
She loves a drink. Who amongst?
But like, what are they?
I just think it's like a cosmic joke. It's hilarious.
It's hilarious, but this is my thing, is like, as someone who spent a lot of time in this house, like, there's not that many bedrooms. So it's like, what are they gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they're putting walls up. That house does not have as many rooms in it now as it did the last time you were there. They're walling shit up and making it like accessible for a group of people. Yeah, if they're going to turn it into a group home, they're going to.
I know, but it's not even that big. That's the thing, is like compared to other. I mean, it was gorgeous. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's not as big. Like, it had like I think 5 bedrooms, but like whole levels of the house was like a bedroom and then like the bathroom on the other side of that thing, and that was it. It wasn't like each level of this had like 5 different rooms in it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah. Well, how much room do you need for 20 sober people?
I don't know.
Playing Uno and watching the TV Guide channel. I don't know. What do you do in a facility like that?
I don't know. Oh, God.
Well, good luck to those people. And to the Upper East Side, welcome to your reverse gentrification. You deserve it. Yeah, absolutely.
And also, too, it's like some of you deserve to be in this. Some of you need to check in, is what I'm saying.
No shit. They should actually use it as like a benefit to the neighborhood, because now they've got a place to go to meetings.
Yes.
Season 2 of With Love, Megan dropped on Netflix today. If you're listening to this podcast on Drop Day, Wednesday, There's already cringy, just hours ago it drops. The United Kingdom has already issued basically an official statement that they despise it.
Well, what a surprise. I could have told you that 2 months ago, Dominic.
The reviews are dribbling in here as well that it's just utterly ridiculous. You know, any sort of allusion that she makes to her time in England is just viewed as a absolute death slam to the royal family. And she talks at certain points with, I think when Tan France from Queer Eye is on, she talks about a period of her life when she couldn't be herself and she had to wear nude pantyhose, which is sort of like a direct claws out scratch at the royal family.
Yeah, which is fair.
No, she's not wrong either.
No,
also,
at all.
nude
At all.
pantyhose in general, good Lord. Not even to rob a bank would I put nude pantyhose over my face. She said that Harry was the first person to say, I love you of the two of them. Tan France almost turns homophobic when he realizes that Meghan Markle uses flour sprinkles when making concoctions. And also, you guys let me know how it is, because as I've previously stated, will not be watching because of Chrissy Teigen's inclusion.
We have been invited to go on KKC and review it, but I think that you're not even going to do it. It's like,
I mean, I can go and just issue non sequiturs that have nothing to do with the actual footage of the broadcast.
Yeah, okay,
I'm fine to react to what you've seen. I'm just not giving it any airtime.
Okay, got it. Understood.
Love
I
Meghan,
will watch.
hate Chrissy.
I will watch. I'm going to get on I'll get on my stories. Once I have a moment, I will get on my stories and recap the sitch.
Now, we're not going to spend any more time belaboring the death of And Just Like That. And shortly we will have our vote about who won last week's fix when we tried to fix/postmortem that show. But since then, the writers of And Just Like That have spoken about the response and the backlash to the finale and the ending of the show. They're making me want to start a GoFundMe for a museum of cringe, and this thing would appear above the front door.
We talked about it in the a la carte a little bit, but as I sang it's like your friends are there even when they're not there. And that was so beautiful that Carrie felt the warmth of her friendship with these other women, even when she was in a scene alone by herself. That's what they are saying is the ending of the show.
Chris is quoting the writers based on backlash of people saying, why were the main characters we love not in one single scene together during the series finale? And those were the bullshit responses that they gave. And as far as the level of anger, the writers just say, everyone's just very upset they won't be seeing Carrie Bradshaw anymore. Basically insinuating that we're all just acting out like children throwing a tantrum and that we didn't realize that the finale was a tightly written, perfect narrative.
Yes, correct.
Girl, buzz off. How
None of you should work again. None of you should work again. Someone was like, Samantha Irby did this thing on her net newsletter where she pitched all these amazing ideas for what they could have done in this next season. And I go, okay, she could have just done that as the executive producer of the fucking show. Why the fuck is she doing it on her newsletter? Tell me that in the fucking writer's room podcast, you dumb idiot. Okay, I'm done.
And you're right. No, we're good. Yeah, I respect the passion. You know that. We don't even have an explanation for why this show inspires a passion that rare other real life things do.
Yeah. But again, to quote one of the listeners that DM me, she said, it's a complicated grief whenever
it is.
Just like that
it is
was
a complicated grief. It's so well put. It really is.
It really is.
I need a more reliable source for us to even pretend that it's serious, but so many outlets this week, most of them not reputable, saying that SJP is furiously shopping around a reunion movie or a wrap-up moment or just something. She's not.
Wasn't it in Dead Vanity Fair or something?
Wasn't it
like the Hollywood Reporter? No,
I don't think it wasn't Hollywood Reporter. It was in lower tier entertainment sites.
That. Okay.
But it's just so believable. I didn't give you a link this morning because I couldn't find the one I sent you, but it was so. Might have been on Drinks for Gays, which is an Instagram page that I love, by the way. I'm just I can't treat it like people.com.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not Deadline. This isn't Deadline or the Hollywood Reporter or Vanity Fair, which is what I thought you sent me. So, okay.
We have a little lesbian news to report on today, several lesbian stories. And so I feel like this is an appropriate moment to talk about Taylor Swift for a minute, even though she is not a lesbian, but at least a dozen of you will write me a 5-page email giving evidence of why she is. I don't know or care, to be honest. But 2 more images for the vinyl for her upcoming album, The Life of a Showgirl, were released. Like it's gonna be a steady drip of this until is it October 3rd when it comes out?
Mean Girls Day.
And I really was thinking about it, and only 5 people have heard it. Zoe Kravitz is among them. Travis Kelce said on his podcast, it's like, he's calling it a departure. And again, we're sure it's not a departure, but he's insinuating the whole thing is up-tempo, dancey pop, which is great. And as I'm hearing this review and knowing what she's already done in her career, I feel at this moment, Dominic Anthony Christopher Pupa II would like to make an announcement on this podcast. I think a year from now that The Life of a Showgirl will be the biggest selling album of all time. I think that people who thought they hated Taylor Swift
are going to love this album.
They don't love her now, but they don't hate her anymore after the Eras tour and after witnessing this maniacal embrace of her being the world's biggest star. Yes, I love a debate about is it Taylor or Beyonce. It's definitely one of the two of them for sure, as far as biggest star in the world. But yeah, she's that. I mean, she's already in her 30s that she's done a tour. The audacity of her at her age to do a tour called Eras, and for there to be nothing incorrect about it, because truly. She defines every year in which she releases an album. And this is coming from someone who's not, I don't dislike Taylor Swift. I'm just not a Swiftie, as it were. Yeah. I understand how talented she is. I know what a good songwriter she is. I think this is the album where everyone's going to be like, everyone's going to buy it. Everyone's going to stream it. And it's just going to be giant. And you can't go wrong with Infectious. And she has even said, I wanted every melody on every track to be so catchy that it was almost annoying and would make you mad. So I'm like, if you're that in on it, she already does that. She already does that. So it's like, what does this mean? Yeah. You turned me. For you to like embrace the people who already dislike you, you're throwing a lariat. You're roping them in. You roped me when you said that. I'm already hooked.
Yeah.
So good for you. I think we're going to witness history with that album. I definitely do. I know I didn't run that by you beforehand, and all of a sudden I was in the
Dominic,
shower.
You're allowed to have your own thoughts. Dominic, you're allowed to have independent thoughts.
But
you don't need to run everything by me.
I don't mind telling you. I thought about Taylor Swift in the shower this morning.
Okay, great.
I don't mind telling you that.
That's beautiful.
Now on to the lesbians. Is Christine Baranski?
Yeah. Speaking of lesbians,
is Christine Baranski, aged 73, in a relationship with King Princess, age 26? They are colleagues. Remind me of the project. Where did these two meet?
I have no idea.
All right. To the new. When you have a question, you either go to the Magic 8 Ball or
Siri
to the New York Post.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where, but they've been appearing at events where they are on the red carpet, holding hands with each other. And for a couple of weeks, it was pure speculation until finally a few days ago, a spokesperson for Christine said, Christine and King Princess are strictly friends and nothing more. They've never been in a relationship, nor are they now. I mean, basically for the better part of a week, we thought that these two, who co-starred, by the way, on 9 Perfect Strangers, that's how they know each other.
Oh, it's the new season of 9 Perfect Strangers. Yes. Okay.
They co-starred on that. We were wondering if Christine Baranski was going to be 2025's Holland Taylor, where we were like, did we know that she was gay? Did we care? Is it any of our business? No, it never is, but we're still going to talk about it. But we were excited about Holland Taylor and Sarah Paulson. Yeah. Would have been excited about Christine, but computer says no.
I also think
she's not gay. They're not in a relationship.
It's perfect publicity for the show because I wasn't going to watch it. But now that I know that she's in it, I probably will, because I really found the first season to be terrible. So I was like,
no, because a rumored lesbian relationship.
I'm coming back for the second season. You
always want to see a rumored relationship with a cast, whether it's gay or straight, like, whoever. Brad and Angie, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I guess Christine Baranski and King Princess, that would be Mrs. and Mrs. Clit, I guess would be the iteration of this relationship for 9 Perfect Strangers. We're going to tune in. We're going to watch it.
King Princess was like, oh my God, like my parents are obsessed with you.
I can't. Parents, grandparents.
And Christine Baranski was like, okay.
That's
Or
what
she's
this
like,
would have been epic
No,
May, December.
Yeah.
This would have been Anna Nicole level brilliance with May, December. You're talking
Correct.
about almost 50 years different. You would be talking about Christine Baranski looking at Madonna and saying, "Hold my Prosecco, bitch. Here we go."
Yeah. And or the King Princess is like, I love the Gilded Age. And Christine's like, okay.
I watch it with my grandmother. Right.
Yeah,
She tells me about being alive during that time. What was it like?
Truly. Oh God.
Let's move on to this other lesbian story. I might need your help with this one because I'm not sure I entirely understand what is happening. Why are people mad at Betty Who? Did she say something about Renee Rapp being or not being a lesbian?
No, Betty Who apparently said, like, I'm holding space. I'm paraphrasing, holding space for like in 10 years if Renee Rapp wants to like date a guy. Like, as in poking fun at like Billie Eilish and like Jojo Siwa and all those people. You know what I mean? Like those ones. Basically, I don't even know if it's like a slam towards Renee Rapp, but more of like a joke about what's happening with like these lesbian, quote unquote, or queer pop stars that then end up dating men. And again, not that they can't, but like, I found it to be kind of a joke. I mean, I read just like the headline and like one little line of it, but seemingly it's like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. But people are like, let them live their lives, which I get. Also. I find it, we would make that same joke here and we have,
Why hasn't anyone hasn't slammed us in Vanity Fair? We could use that.
We're not
Will
famous,
someone
Dominic,
get mad enough?
Well,
once again, it's someone slam us, for God's sakes. Yeah. Oh, we are actually, since we are, we record this Prefixe the day before you hear it on Wednesday, we can read a live update to a story. Lil Nas X giving his first statement since his arrest. He wrote in his Instagram story, "Your girl's gonna be okay, y'all. She's gonna be all right. Shit, that was fucking terrifying. That was terrifying. That was a terrifying last 4 days, but your girl is gonna be all right." And that is the first statement that he has issued. It feels very Lil Nas X.
Yes, it does.
Almost happy with it. Looks like no other details are going to be released. If we're going to initially read into this, I mean, it looks like he snapped for a minute as acknowledging that and also reacting to spending the week in jail. Because as we've discussed on this podcast before, if you're going to fuck with the law, don't do it on Friday night. Everyone should know this. It's like going to a restaurant and putting your back to the door. There are just certain things you don't do when you're choosing a life plan. Don't fuck up on Friday night. You're going to be in jail till Monday. And that's what happened to him. And maybe, is the restaurant thing too Italian? Do people know what I'm talking about? I never had my back to the door in a restaurant.
That's a Sopranos. That's a Sopranos reference.
Is it? Oh, it was Dolores from The Godfather.
One time when we were shooting Real Housewives in New Jersey, I put Dolores with her back to the door, and she goes, "Chris, what are you doing? You know better than this. You're Italian." And she goes, "No." She goes, "Jen Aiden can sit over here. I'm going to sit on this side." And I'm dying.
All right, Montero. I'm glad that you weighed in before we left here. I appreciate it. You want to know who's turning out to be quite a whore? Jerry, the OG Golden Bachelor. We have not talked about this mofo in a minute, but Jerry Turner allegedly dated another Golden Bachelor contestant. After getting his golden divorce from Teresa.
Oh my God.
Apparently on a podcast, some of the women were talking and said, "Teresa, I think Jerry dated Christina from our show for a while after." And Teresa Nist, who is Jerry's ex-wife from The Golden Bachelor, acknowledged she was already aware of Jerry's then relationship with Christina Kempton.
I don't even remember which one Christina was. She was not
either,
in long because I watched the whole thing.
He apparently filled up his little black book on night one and knew who to call. Obviously.
Oh, God. Oh, brother. Isn't he like on death's door? Wasn't he like terminally ill?
Wasn't that the last story, that he didn't have long to live? So I guess his thing is he's gonna fuck everyone that was on that show before he leaves the earth.
Kicks the bucket.
I don't know. This week's Kimberly Kardashian backlash comes from 12-year-old Northwest appearing online with her mother on vacation, and she's wearing a corset as a top. First of all, North is now, 12. I won't say much taller, but not a lot taller than her mom, for sure.
Well, Kim's like 5'1", so it's like not hard to be taller than her, but yeah.
True. So North she's 12 and she is wearing a corset in public. Now, when people tell me to mind my own business, I always sort of, I don't react well to it. I'm like, we're a pop culture podcast. We're paid to mind other people's business. This is something where I'm going to mind my own business. I know what a corset sort of represents. This child is already in what could be called a brothel of a family anyway. Like, what were we expecting?
If I clack my keyboard keys, I can Google a video of Kimberly Kardashian being destroyed by a humongous penis. So I'm like, the bar is in below sea level as far as like what kind of standards her family. And I'm not shaming anyone that does sex work. I'm just saying that like Kim traded that for fame and has done nothing but be a fucking asshole since and before and during. So the below sea level is what her daughter's wearing a corset. We should be being happy that that's all that she's doing. You know what I mean? Like, we should be happy that she's doing just that versus like having like a line of God knows fucking what. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Also, sometimes when you're like backlashing someone, sometimes some of you do the sexualizing with the backlash where none existed. Because I'm sure there's a billion Getty images of Northwest in a child's bikini on a beach somewhere. You know what I mean? It's just a corset. Like,
it's not like a Dita Von Teese corset. It's like a Hot Topic corset also. It's like goth corseting.
There aren't carve-outs for her nipples here. It's just, she's covered, you know?
No, yeah. It's just like, she's like Miss Murder. She has blue hair in this photo that I'm seeing. And like huge, like
she's just a kid. She's playing dress up.
She's in her Hot Topic era, which is like what I was in that for a little bit. You know what I mean? She's listening to My Chemical Romance right now.
Chris is wearing a corset right now.
Yeah, under my clothes. Yeah, it's a goth corset just to be, it's not from the back room of Victoria's Secret where it's like time.
No, it's not like that. This is not a Fredericks of Hollywood a moment, you know?
No.
Bad news for the Menendez brothers. Their 2025 started out so strong, and then just little by little, individually, both Lyle and Eric were denied parole this week. Apparently, the legal fight is not over. This just seemed to be just yet another pebble skipping on the seas that is this saga this year. But this would have been a bigger moment for the two of them, but they were both denied. We discussed this on the a la carte for those of you who have Patreon and Apple subscriptions. Since then, there's been some controversy because audio, I think, from Eric's parole hearing leaked. And so their family is absolutely furious. Not sure why that's such a big deal, but the shots I saw of Eric this week in that parole hearing, he, for the first time, looked to me like someone my age. Because, you think as a human being, like when you meet someone, you always can still see the version of that person when you see them. You know what I mean? Like I'll always forever, even when you're 50, I'll always see 30-year-old Chris in you somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And you always see like teenage Lyle and Eric when you look like them. I saw a middle-aged man when I looked at Eric this weekend at that parole hearing, and it made me feel old. And as is well documented, I rarely feel old. I fight against it with every fiber of my being.
With
and
every molecule of your body.
I felt old when I looked at him. I was like, all right, doesn't look bad for being in prison for this long.
No, but it's funny because it's like we were so like last year when there was the show was coming out and all this stuff, we were so like, yeah, they're going to get out of prison. And now that it's like all that like hullabaloo has blown over, I'm like, should they get out of prison? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's weird.
We're sort of remembering that they killed their parents, which is like
there's a part of it,
tough thing to get over.
It's very weird how like the drumming up of it makes you be like, yeah, and like be on their side. And then it's like, as it goes on, it's like, well, it didn't happen. So,
yeah, I'm not as like firmly in the camp of they should get out as we were when we were, you get intoxicated by certain arguments. We know now what the effect of child abuse is. And we know how utterly plausible their reasoning was for this, because since then, many people have done what they have done and not gone to jail when there was much, much more explicit evidence of abuse than there was in this case. So I think that's the issue here. One of many issues. It's a pretty complicated case, even though it seems like it shouldn't be, but they're going to be there for a little while longer. Interested to see if Ryan Murphy or Kim Kardashian are still interested in them, or if they're just like, thank you for the publicity.
Yeah. Where's
Once
Kim?
the Emmys are over,
where's Kim?
Yeah. She's busy corseting her children for the beach.
She's busy corseting. Yeah. Kim, where's Miss, I didn't even pass the bar yet happening now?
Folks, not to bury the lead, we are fixing Elizabeth Hurley, who we love, on today's episode. We speak extensively about her boyfriend, Billy Ray Cyrus, which, let's all be honest, is the reason she needs fixing to begin with. Her boyfriend turned 64. She, of course, made another saccharine Instagram post about him, referring to him as Squirrel Man. I didn't investigate why she calls him that because I honestly, I just don't want to know. I'm going to put that under it's none of my business. I don't care. Is it how he looks? Is it because of the staccato storage way he makes love? I don't even know what I'm talking about. It's just...
Is it her way and his way to honor Peanut the squirrel? During their...
Oh my God, don't bring that bitch up here. How dare you?
He looks so bad. Oh God, this is disgusting. They're swapping clothes, right?
I mean, it's going to get to a point where we're not going to be able to know who is who.
No, for real. For real. Every shirt he's wearing, I'm like, is that her shirt? I'm like, is that her? God, he looked so terrible and she couldn't look better. And his little Willie Nelson braid, we're going to get all into it, but his little Willie Nelson braids are horrific. Anyway.
It's pain. It's looking at him as an exercise in pain.
It sure is.
Let's talk about Morgan Wallen briefly.
Must we?
We must, because we are tied to pop culture on this podcast, and we must say that Morgan Wallen's 2025 album, I'm the Problem, is the best-selling album thus far of 2025. Obviously, it won't be because Taylor's going to be with us in just a few weeks with her new work. He has announced he will not be submitting the album for any Grammy Awards. No explanation was given. He just said he's not submitting it. One would think he at least had a better shot than not of being represented somehow, having the best-selling album of the year in multiple categories, in country and, of course, in album record of the year, etc. But he is not. I would assume his somewhat dicey public reception outside of where he's comfortable might be part of the reason. Him bolting from SNL. He's sort of we're not having a good Morgan Wallen taste in our mouths this year. Those of us that aren't into him to begin with. So we'll see if he gives an explanation or if we'll just stop caring. I think neither of those things will happen, actually, or we'll just move on the way we did when The Weeknd was like, I'm not doing it either. And we just said, well, okay.
Well. Yeah.
And we went on. And other people he wouldn't have beaten anyway went on to win. So
yeah.
La-di-da.
Weird.
I don't know. I can't hum a tune from.
Oh, no, nothing. Not one song do I know.
Millie Bobby Brown, who is married to Jake Bon Jovi, the son of John Bon Jovi. They are newly married. She is 21 years old. I point all this out because there's backlash against her. Get ready for it. Adopting a baby. And I don't know why people are furious. I don't know if they're saying she's too young. I think that there are a lot of people saying she should, and I'm not joking about this, she's young. She should have had her own children. This is what her fandom is saying in response to her having adopted a child. When what you should be saying is,
good for her.
Is she a little bit young? That's her decision. That was the age my mom was. And look at me. I'm on the world's 30th most listened to pro-gay pop culture podcast. But adopting a kid is it's truly, as a human being, one of the most beautiful things you can do is adopt a child. Why would you do anything but offer praise to this adult person who's decided to grow her family the way that rich people should, by the way? You got money to burn? You should all take someone out of the foster care system. Help society. That's what you should be doing. Jesus. Let her live.
In other parts of the country, 21 is they're are you ever going to have a kid? Child bride?
She must be gay.
Yeah. For real. My sister lives in Virginia Beach. And when I tell you, when she was 24, they were how many kids do you have? And she was 0. What? And they were yeah.
I don't know if I believe this. We're gonna close with a story today. I'm not sure if I believe. He's someone I enjoy talking about and probably shouldn't, but according to Joseph Maldonado, you know him as the Tiger King. his people have been in touch with the White House about a possible pardon. Like, the Tiger King is insisting he has made contact with the people representing the leader of the free world to get out of jail for, is it animal mistreatment or is it putting out a hit on a competitor or all of the above?
I think it's putting out the
He's supposed
hit
to be
on
there
the-
for a while.
Joe was found guilty of a murder for hire plot violating the. Yeah. It was like, because remember that one guy that was like said that he was going to be the guy that was going to do the hit on
that
Carol
fucking
Baskin.
maniac. Yes. Yeah. I don't know. Good luck to you, Tiger King. I believe that people should pay for their crimes, especially someone that heinous. But I have to be honest, the part of me that is made of actual garbage wants him to get out and just do one more reality series before. I wish they would let him out of jail for a year just to shoot one more season of Tiger King and then put him back. Can that deal be made?
It's not what we think it would be, because it was so shocking when the first season was out, and we were just so shocked by this world that existed that it didn't. Know what I'm saying?
No, I could follow that queen. I do a series of YouTube shorts of Tiger King goes to Walmart. I'd watch that.
Sure.
I would want to see what he shops for there.
Oh, God.
Or put him in Wegmans. Is that sushi? I mean, I would love to just put him anywhere. Anywhere. Oh, Christopher, God. Do you have the results of last week's listener vote on the fix for And Just Like That?
I sure do, Dominic.
And if, with your permission, I'd like to offer, unless news breaks about a reunion or moving forward with the brand, I'm going to suggest a moratorium on talking about And Just Like That. I think like
we're done. I think we've done it.
I think our uvula are about to pop out screaming about it. I think we've been gay enough. We got to stop.
Dominic, with 68% of the vote.
Holy shit.
You are the winner.
No.
With a movie about Carrie's funeral.
Yeah!
People are wishing death upon this character is really what it is.
Oh, but the writers would spin that as, see, we told you.
Like, people just want to memorialize her so much. They want to hasten her death so that they can remember her fondly.
Wow. I'm honored. Thank you, listeners. I don't know if you're Michael Patrick King, stay away from this. SJP,
yeah,
this is what you should be shopping.
Yeah.
Your character's own death. There we go. Because you know what? I bet that's something Kim Cattrall would come back for.
Sure
that's
would.
The project.
She'd
that's
like,
how you get her there.
Clip, clop, clip, clop.
Clippity clop.
And she'd be like, oh, Carrie's dead. It's so upsetting. Well, life goes on. We must all. And then she's like hitting on like someone at the funeral.
Everybody. She probably fucked Mario Cantone if there was no one around. Like, she'll do anybody. Oh, Carrie's dead. She finally caught up with her career. I mean, just anything. Just give one line. Coming up on the a la carte, Britney Spears keeps on Britney Spears, and she just every day.
Living life.
Every day, the Post just rehashes the headline, fans concerned about Britney Spears. So has this podcast. We've been praying her for 2 years. Siffrinn, tennis champion, her GLP admission has caused backlash. Speaking of GLPs, there are 2 things we'll need to warn you about on the a la carte. Side effects from Ozempic that are now affecting your teeth and your vagina. There's something now called Ozempic vagina. Apparently, I don't.
We'll get into it.
It makes it droopy. I don't know. Is that possible?
Yeah, I guess. If they're telling us it is, then it is, I guess, right? I don't know. Am I a doctor? No.
We also need to have a conversation about the male cheerleaders on the Vikings NFL team because they are becoming a sensation, and we'll bring them up on the flagship again as well. Nicolas Cage, will he be in the next True Detective? And Annette Bening is going to be in the next Yellowstone spinoff. Annette Bening's like, if you didn't give me the Oscar for Naiad, I'm just going to join Nicole and Meryl on television.
Yeah, she's like, what is the point? What's the point?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's it. Will you guys please go to our Instagram pages? We would love to have more of you visiting, looking at our reels. You know, when you see our reels online, 3 of us are tagged there. Come follow all of us individually. Dominic Pupa, Krista Rosa, and Fixing Famous People. We would love to see you. We engage with people all the time via DMs and then some, etc. Please come say hello. We love you, and we'll be back after these vital messages.
Dominic,
Christopher.
We have two big titans of the industry.
Mm-hmm.
You will remember them from our Cyrus family episode. And you obviously know them if you have ever listened to one podcast ever in your life. You know them from Even the Rich. It's Brooke and Aricia. Thank you for being here again, ladies.
Oh my God.
To be called a Titan, I'll come back anytime.
You're a Titan. Are you not a Titan? Tell me I'm
Can
wrong.
I just tell you, the second you said that, my mind went to the listeners being like, who the fuck are these two assholes?
No,
You know? And
no.
That's my insecurities coming out.
I listened to you two before, like, I thought a podcast could be doable by a person that wasn't you two. You know what I mean? Like, yes. When Even the Rich started, I listened to every season. I told you this last time.
I don't remember you saying that.
Yeah, well, it's true. Well,
I remember it, Chris. I hold it here in my heart.
Thank you.
Wow.
I don't know who the hell either of you are. I don't know
I'm
anything about
honest
your
with
podcast or this one,
You
to be
have
honest
you're
with
in the
you.
majority.
Where am I? Who are all of you people?
God.
But
We
thank
are
you for-
here.
No, you go.
No, I was going to get into it. I mean, everyone already knows the deal with this pod, with their pod. I want to dive right into this pool because I'm so excited about this
Let's
one.
do
I
it.
don't know why.
And this is a part two.
Yeah.
It can be considered that. It can be. Much like these recent Alien films. It's a prequel, sequel, or what have you. It won't be explained in great detail, but it's a companion piece for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
It's our
We're here to fix one Elizabeth Hurley, one of the world's, if I may be just rudely objective from the beginning, just one of the world's great beauties. I think she is just absolutely gorgeous. But you know what they say? The more gorgeous you are, the more likely you are to end up on this podcast getting fixed. It's a curse. I don't know.
So we
what
should
it
be
is.
on it pretty soon, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, this is not just an episode of Fixing Famous People. It's an intervention. for
An
Even the
intervention.
Rich.
Yeah.
We need it, honestly.
Yeah.
We,
Yeah.
at this point of the broadcast, ask Christopher and our guests the middle name of the person we are fixing. Today, that person is, of course, Elizabeth Hurley.
Yeah.
Aricia and Brooke, do you already know? And Christopher, do any of you know Elizabeth Hurley's middle name?
You know I don't.
No.
All right, then here are the details. She is 60 years of age, born June 10th, 1965, which makes her a Gemini.
Oh, a Gemini.
She was born in Basingstoke, Hampshire, England in 1965. What is Elizabeth Hurley's middle name?
I have a gut feeling. I just have a guess.
Mhm.
I feel like it's Diane.
Beautiful guess.
Thank you.
I'm covering my
Elizabeth
face
Diane.
for this because I feel like someone's going to get this one, and I want to make sure that I cover my reactions fully.
Oh, no.
I'm really struggling to think of 60-year-old people's middle names.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Because I can come up with middle names for my generation because there's like 3 options, especially if you're a woman. And I'm going to those and I'm like, I'm thinking millennial versus whatever that generation is.
What
my
are the 3
instinct is
options, by the way?
Anne.
Okay.
Oh, Anne was one of them. Marie.
Yeah, Marie is like this quintessential millennial middle name.
One of my best friends, her middle name is Marie. And I think everyone has that as a middle name. Everyone knows somebody with that as a middle name.
Okay, Dominic, I'm between 2 and I know one of them is right. And I know one of them is right.
I won't look at you. I'm hiding my whole face.
I'm screaming. Okay,
Oh, God.
Dominic, is it Louise?
Oh.
Which is the name that we give everyone when we don't know their middle name. Dominic, is it Louise?
I
That
was like,
would be
there's
amazing.
no way it
Fuck,
could
it's
be
not Louise.
Elizabeth Louise.
It'll happen someday. Or has it happened?
No
I
one's
just-
been Louise
when,
yet.
When I said I think someone's going to get it, because it's a very gettable. To me,
Well,
it
I was
feels
gonna
very gettable.
say,
Did
like
I
a
mislead
normal-
you into thinking it was Louise?
No, but
when I
I
said
think
that?
you're
Oh.
going to say the one that I didn't pick because I said Louise.
Say the one you didn't
Unless
pick.
I'm wrong about this being not easy, but just like gettable. I don't know why for her it just looks like
Okay,
that.
my other guess, I know I'm not supposed to have 2, but is it
You
Renee?
can. No.
Fuck.
Where are these guesses coming from, Chris?
I don't.
Every
My
time you say it, I'm like-
intuition. My intuition. I try
It's
to
not
just
Anne,
let it
it's not
come to
Marie.
me.
It is not Diane or Diana. It is not
Owner.
what was the
Anne.
last one you said?
Anne.
Yeah, no, it's not Anne or Marie. It is Elizabeth Jane Hurley. I don't know why I thought for sure
Oh, that's
someone
such a
would come up with
60s
Jane.
British. Come on,
Right?
guys. What is
Yeah.
fuck.
That sounds southern
That's
to me.
that's why I thought someone was going to get it.
No, to me. Yeah.
Um,
We're not we're not British. That's why
No,
we
we're not British.
That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll write the judges and we'll let them know how unfair this
Right.
game was when even
That
the
we
rich
made
came
up
on
and
here.
is stupid.
Like we were biased, right?
They're going to
Right.
care for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also for which there is no prize.
At all.
It's not even like bragging
Doesn't
rights.
matter.
When people get it, I'm like, good for you. Let's move on.
We've
No, we
got
don't.
it so
We
many
were-
times now. It's
we
like
were
not
happy.
even fun anymore. And someone gets it. We're like, oh yeah, you got it.
you
Okay,
have
anyway.
gotten
Yeah.
it? See,
Oh,
yeah.
now I feel even worse.
People have guessed. People have guessed.
No,
But when
people
it's
have
like
guessed.
easy and then there's been
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Elizabeth Hurley.
Mhm.
So even the rich, please tell us. Did you call and beg us to do this, or did you pick her off of our list of fixables?
So Chris and I were talking on Instagram, and somehow the Cyrus family came up because we
As they do.
talk
As
about
they
them
do.
As they
often
do.
do.
Yeah.
And we have been talking about them a lot on Rich and Weekly, like our pop culture show, just because they're such a fucking mess right now. And
Right now.
and I was like, every time we talk about them, I think of you two, and I always want to say the Syrai family because you were saying that, like that's in my head. I'm like, no one's gonna know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
except the listeners, of course.
I'm sure.
Right.
No, but yeah,
But-
like they'd be people listening to you would be like, what? Yeah, like,
Exactly.
So somehow it came up, and Chris was like, "Oh my God, we should fix Elizabeth Hurley," and I was like, "Absolutely, we should."
Mm.
And
Because
Well,
Billy
wasn't
Ray
it because
is
of Billy Ray? Like
Yes.
Yeah.
you had posted something because I remember you telling me
I
about
did?
this at our sleepover. No, Chris had, and you
Oh.
were like, Chris posted this thing that was like funny or something.
huge Billy Ray
praise.
Cyrus being a psychopath. Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, right.
And then that's
An
and I was
absolute
like,
fucking nut job.
yeah.
yeah,
And it's just the linking of that is
it's so
And people
strange.
have come to us being like, you must fix Elizabeth Hurley. Like, what is happening? Like, so I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this
you're
is a
her only
perfect
hope at
part
this
two.
point.
This is a perfect
Yeah,
part two.
she's
for the
actually
two
a
of you.
great candidate for our show because she's been pretty successful, and it's sort of like she's not as big as she should be, which automatically makes her a candidate for
Yeah.
the show. But then
Yeah.
when she goes and pulls this cataclysmic move, which in an instant changes your perception of her. And I know how misogynistic and inhumane that sounds, but in pop culture, that's the truth. Like, you know that she's with this dude and you're like, squeeze me? Like, you're not.
What's happening
This is
here?
not.
Especially someone who you think, in theory, like men are falling all over themselves to like have her look at them twice. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and meanwhile, this man who looks like Chewbacca's son is like
And that's
coming
being
out
generous.
of like who. And guys, I watched the movie where they met. I just finished watching it, literally
The movie
like
where
5
they
minutes.
met?
I'm so
It's a
sorry.
Lifetime movie. It was the worst thing I've ever watched in my entire I
Oh my
sure.
God, it's a
We can't-
Lifetime movie.
We can't start there. It was horrific, and Billy Ray Cyrus should be taken out back and put down, honestly.
Right.
Wow.
And
That's how
not because of the
bad his
movie, just
performance
in
was.
general. Yeah.
It was
Just
horrific.
existing.
Yes.
Yeah.
As long as we're
Horrific.
phrasing it not as murder, but as like a governmental,
Right.
it's
Like-
because he would cause harm to pop culture, the government
Public
should put him
service.
down.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
So
Yeah.
that's how bad it was. But like the fact that she
Wow.
saw him and was in this movie acting and was like, whoa, like I must be with you is extremely alarming, at the very least, extremely
Well,
concerning.
this guy's always meeting people on shoots. Like, that's where he met Fire Rose. It's
I
like, what
know.
kind of charisma
Mhm.
does this guy have on set?
Well, this is a good segue into like, where do we know her from? Because this lady's always had some pretty kooky choices in partners, because we know, well, I will speak for myself, but I think it'll be ultimately for the three of you as well. I know her primarily, or initially rather, from her attending the Four Weddings and a Funeral premiere with Hugh Grant, her then boyfriend. We mildly knew who Hugh Grant was from a couple of things he had done in the 90s, but we didn't know Elizabeth Hurley then. And she showed up wearing a dress, which is incredibly famous, like as famous as the green dress that J-Lo wore.
Really?
So if you
Wow.
looked up,
I gotta
oh
look
yes,
this up.
oh yeah,
Hold on, we're looking. Wait, let's see.
it was famous because during this period of time there
I
were
like-
like three dresses. It was like the Liz Hurley Hugh Grant dress, the dress that Vivica Fox wore with 50 Cent to whatever award show that was that year that they were dating, and then the J-Lo dress, the green.
Oh yeah, the
like
one with the
these
chains
were-
on the side is the one that
Yes.
Elizabeth Hurley.
And the
But yeah, okay, I remember
Yes.
this.
Right?
She's like a nearly nude. And I know, Chris,
Yes.
you were literally like a toddler at the time, but this was a big deal. Like this sort of thing, like the people on the then fledgling E! Entertainment Network would literally have aneurysms talking about who cares about Hugh Grant? Look at his date.
It's a great dress.
I mean, she's gorgeous. And
She's
every
killing it.
body be
Just-
banging also.
Oh,
Like,
Oh yeah.
her boobs.
yeah.
Whoa, my God.
Still be
You know-
banging.
Yeah, I know. She's
I know.
again in this movie that I watched where that was horrific. Like she looked so beautiful.
Now
And
she
that's really what
definitely did some stuff before she met him, but it wasn't until she showed up at Four Weddings and Funerals that I knew who she was. And then 3 years later, she of course appeared in Austin Powers International Man of Mystery, in which she did not disappoint. So she did, she
she was
entered
great.
that movie as Hugh Grant's girlfriend, but left it to me as Elizabeth Hurley, actress and gorgeous actress while we're at it. Like she was definitely like, she held her own in the movie against the beast that is Mike Myers.
Yeah.
So she was not dwarfed by him at all. She was great. It's a fun movie and she's great in it.
I remember like at the end whenever they're like naked and they're like keep holding things up in front of their naked bodies. Like and that was just like so funny. And like I just like vividly remember that part and them fighting the fembots and like
Oh, the
that
fembot.
was I mean, she was beautiful in that and so funny in it.
Yeah. Wow.
My God. And then when does Bedazzled come? Isn't that the name of the movie? Isn't that like her next big?
Bedazzled is like, yes, 2000, where she played the devil. So that's 3 years after Austin Powers.
Because I remember
with,
that.
the mummy guy, right? What's his face?
Brendan Fraser?
Brendan Fraser.
Yes. Oh my God. I forgot about Bedazzled.
I can't remember anything about it. So I don't know that I've seen it.
If
But I remember
I've seen
hearing about it. So
yeah, if I've seen it once, I don't remember it. But I know what it was to pop culture at the time. Like I know everyone went to see it.
Yeah, she's the devil, and he's like, and she gets his soul. I mean, it's P.S. Spoiler alert, it's every fucking movie about the selling your soul to the devil. That's what it is. But like, she gets his soul, and then like he keeps being like, I want my soul back, and she's like, are you sure? Look how hot I am. Like, and then like she eventually like takes her mask off and like is a male devil and is like really scary at one point.
Scary.
But it's like very 90s-y. To early 2000, like fun. Like I would honestly rewatch it and be like, this is probably great.
I know. I'm just thinking, like, do I need to watch?
It just sounds like
now?
the devil just really identifies with being a woman,
Yeah,
and that's what the message is.
That's
I mean,
and that's okay.
Agree.
God is a woman. No,
The devil's a woman.
The devil's a woman,
and rightfully so.
Yeah,
but I remember that being like a big movie, even if like we didn't see it. Like it was big. It was like her. Kind of being the star again with Brendan Fraser, who at the time was a humongous star.
Yeah.
Now, listen, I want to back up a little bit just to weave a couple of storylines together if we're going to go chronologically. Keep in mind, during all this time, before even Austin Powers came out, Hugh Grant was arrested for being caught with a sex worker.
Right.
And she did not break up with him then. She stayed with him for another 5 years. So 4 Weddings was in 94. The case with the sex worker was in 95. They didn't break up until years later. They didn't break up until the year that Bedazzled came out, actually. So maybe it was Bedazzled's unqualified success that none of us can remember that made her say,
just throw a wedge. Yeah.
Brendan Fraser was like, what are you doing with him? And
he,
she was like, I don't
might
know.
Have been.
It honestly makes a lot of sense, though, in relation to her being with Billy right now. You know, it's like,
yeah.
She doesn't have crazy standards like we think she might.
No.
No.
Well, but
I don't think she does.
Was such a huge star that it's like, not that I'm saying she was only dating him for his star, but I'd like to hope and believe that she was, because that's what we should be using men for anyway, to get ahead.
And like that at least makes sense. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm like, Billy Ray, I mean, maybe it's for love, in which case she needs to be committed, because this guy sucks.
Horrible.
But I'm like, what is he, how is he enhancing her life? She's for sure enhancing his just by being in his presence.
Yeah, it just seems very obvious where the scales weighted in that relationship. So you wonder why she's there.
I have my theories, but we'll get there. I have my theories. I took a little peruse of his Instagram right before getting here, and I think a lot of things were illuminated whenever.
Interesting.
What does that mean? A VPL? I don't know. What was illuminated?
No.
Okay.
Just like what he's posting and like where I'll get there, but I'm not there yet, because then we're gonna because we will never come back to like any of other things she's ever done.
Yeah.
Now, my question, Dominic, is she one of the women that Hugh Grant has ping-ponged back and forth with and having children with back and forth. Is anyone aware of this?
She is not one of the women that has children with Hugh Grant. She only has the one child that she had with, he was a producer and a businessman. His name was Steve Bing. And he was like a billionaire. That's who her kid is with. And they had a very tumultuous relationship. Hugh Grant is one of her son Damien's godfathers, but Elizabeth doesn't have any kid. Yes. So they remember they stayed together for 5 years after the scandal. So they're obviously friends or close to each other. So Hugh Grant is one of Damien's godfathers.
Wow. Damien's like, God, Papa, tell us about the time you
had sex with my mother.
Yeah. Gather around.
That's wild.
But this was a big deal when she gave birth to her son in 2002. This was a big deal because she and Steve Bing were not in like a quote unquote relationship. They just sort of had a fling, and he denied paternity. So she had to get a paternity test, and it was it was a months long. Like when we found out she was pregnant, he was like, "This isn't mine," or "How do I know it's mine? We're not in an exclusive relationship," and it was a mess.
Playbook.
That's terrible.
But it was a mess. I mean, you'd think like she escapes Hugh Grant unscathed, and then this is the motherfucker that she's got to get pregnant by, and he's just a total douche about it. Like,
I just Googled him, and he's as mediocre as I expected.
I'm sure.
Beyond, right?
Like,
in fact,
I knew it.
I would even say visually, he's the least good looking person of the famous people we know that she's been with.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's dead.
Yes, he killed himself, if I'm not. I don't know what page you're looking on, but I think he took his own life.
I don't know what page you're looking at.
Just this regular internet page.
She's still on search page 1.
Death. Yes, he died by suicide.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That's right. He jumped from the 27th floor of the 10,000 building on Santa Monica Boulevard in Central City.
Oh my God.
I swear to God.
Wow.
That's
oh my God. This took such a turn.
So initially people say he was depressed about the lack of human contact during COVID.
It wasn't 2020 that he killed himself then.
Oh,
yeah. It was in June.
But
of
it was in
2020.
June.
Like 3 months, I guess.
Oh,
was
I'm
too
sorry,
much.
Aricia. Were you just maskless walking around in June of 2020? Is that what you're trying to
Apparently
tell
that's
us?
the admission there.
Like, have
Were
those
you just a
feelings
virus
that-
chaser?
Like it was done by then.
No, I mean, like, it's like I could not, whatever. But I'm just like, it's so soon into being quarantined to have these emotions to drive you to the ultimate choice. Like that's huge.
Yeah.
Like,
well, clearly there was something wrong.
We get it,
Obviously,
Aricia. You're not sensitive. I understand.
Yeah,
You're a
guys,
survivor.
fine.
And we get it.
COVID is fake anyway. We all know it.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody takes
Aricia's
it
like, I was
seriously.
already in the woods for 8 months before I knew there was COVID. I don't contact people. Fuck are you talking about?
People are the worst.
So she has a kid, and she's not.
So
with
she has a
Hugh
kid,
Grant.
but that child is not one of the kids that, like, I don't know if either of you are aware of this, but Rebecca Bregman actually is the one that was like sent this article to me and was like, Hugh Grant had a baby with one woman, then broke up with her and got with another woman, had a baby with that woman, then went back to the original woman, had another baby with her, and then went back to the second woman and had another baby with her.
So he's Nick Cannon, British.
Like, what a whirlwind. It's like, what is happening with him?
I didn't know any of that. I feel like when he was in the peak of his messiness, though, I was still pretty young and probably not paying as much attention. So it's fun to hear about it now.
He has 5 children. He is someone we could fix.
Oh,
he needs it. He needs it.
Yeah.
He needs it.
He needs it
sort of like,
desperately.
do you see where the Syrai lead us? And then when we fix Hugh Grant, who could be far behind? Renee Zellweger? I mean, they've started. We're on a tributary here of all these people that are going to be grateful to us shortly.
Yep.
Was Elizabeth Hurley with him at all during the phone hacking scandal? Was that early 2000s?
That I
so
don't
probably not.
know. Probably not, because they broke up in 2000.
Okay.
As her movie Bedazzled is about to premiere. A coincidence?
Right.
I think not.
It's not.
No. He's like, oh, you're more famous than me for 1 second? I have to leave you. I'm sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, honestly, though, they're probably, to most people, they're equal. Like he came first, but I think after Austin Powers and Bedazzled, she was there. And he was also very low profile for the most of his career over the past, 20 years or so. I mean, she was definitely in the gossip rags a lot because of whoever she was dating. The Steve Bing thing was a years long saga.
I want to say that Bedazzled didn't do well because like after Bedazzled, it's like weird shows that no one has heard of ever.
Totally.
And then she got The Royals.
Right, that's sort of her next big thing. Like she always existed.
When was that?
2015
was in the 2010s.
That's pretty recent, right?
That's right.
Well, you forgot the most important role. I can't believe this hasn't been mentioned.
It's got to be a guest star on like One Tree Hill or some dumb shit.
Gossip Girl.
I knew it. I knew.
How did you not mention that?
I don't know.
Do you know the episode number?
Of course
She had like an arc.
No, she's in 14 episodes of Gossip Girl. So
A significant amount of time. She's not just like popping in for something.
Which
okay, then give us all 14 episodes, tough guy.
Wait, is it was she
Ed
Westwick's mother? Wasn't he British? Is it possible she was his mother? Oh,
no, she sleeps with his best friend though. They're dating.
Oh my.
She's a cougar.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Her name was Diana Payne.
Yeah. Because it was Nate ends up like leading a magazine or a newspaper or something, and she's like one of the investors that's a plant. Of course, it's always scandal.
Oh,
and then they all love
Scandal.
I think it's the last season, maybe, or the penultimate season. I can't remember, but she's in there for a bit, and it's insane.
But Gossip Girl was a humongous show, so at least that is big. You know what I mean? Like it was. I'm like not remembering her in the show, but like it is.
Or Elizabeth Hurley.
I know. She'll be okay.
She'll be fine.
But like. That's big enough, but it's like she really was that one of those people that's like in the 90s, much like Billy Ray is like, which we'll get to, is like if you were famous in the late 90s, you like stayed famous even if you had no career.
Yeah, that's
just
a good
for
point.
like these like cameo type things or
yeah
being mentioned in the ether.
And then she gets the Royals in 2015, which I feel like is long enough away from her initial fame where it's like, oh my God, she's like back. And that was like what we like loved about, you know what I mean? It's like, that was like the whole point of the Royals was like, oh my God, Elizabeth Hurley's going to be playing like the Queen of England.
Is that what she played?
Like in a fictitious version.
I've never seen this.
Oh, I've
on the
never seen it
Royals,
either.
I also didn't know that it had 40 episodes. I thought it was like one season and got canceled.
I hear Royals and I just assume you're talking about our show.
I just keep thinking of
that's
our
where my head is. And I'm like, she's
hilarious.
I'm like, even the Royals? Yeah, it says 40 episodes.
Ever heard
like,
of it?
you two broke idiots. Yeah, like, yeah.
No, I think it ran for 2 seasons. And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Joan Collins the Queen Mother? Like, I think she played Elizabeth Hurley's mother on that program.
Because it was on like E, wasn't it? It wasn't on like a real. Yes. It was on E, so like that should tell you what it was like the quality of the program.
Like it keeps getting recommended to me on like Netflix or something.
It's probably on Netflix,
and I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Joan Collins is the Grand Duchess Alexandra.
That's right. That's right. She was Liz Hurley's mother, which I don't know why that didn't make me watch it because I'm a like lifelong Joan Collins fan.
Dominic, because it was on E. That's why.
I mean, if I was interested, I could find it.
You know,
has come up a lot today.
It has.
Even in my house. It's very strange.
Interesting.
A reminder, too, that there was a long Elizabeth during this time between Bedazzled and the Royals. It's somewhere wedged in there with Gossip Girl. Was married for quite some time or was together at least for quite some time with a guy named Arun Nayar. He was an Indian businessman. And their wedding at the time was a huge splash in the rags because they got married in India and it was a big, beautiful Indian wedding. People were really rooting for Elizabeth Hurley because she had survived Hugh Grant and then she had survived Steve Bing and now she's finally getting married.
She's like pulling like multimillionaires. That's why she's not working.
Miranda Lamb's like, this is absolutely not. Like she's no. There is she's not dating a line cook, this lady. No. Absolutely no.
Not like Lana Del Rey and the Crocodile Hunter or whatever his name.
Never happened. Never happened.
Yeah. Or Erica Jane in this bodyguard that we're seeing.
Yeah.
Like whatever the fuck that is, that fake relationship. Yeah.
It's true love. She went out without makeup.
I mean, true. You are right. This is like whenever like a pop star, we're like, where did they go for 4 years? We're like, oh, they had kids and they like wanted to actually be there for their kids. Like, being raised. And so we're like, oh, that's why Christina Aguilera hasn't had a real album in like 10 years because she had 2 kids. This is like, oh, she was pulling millionaire after millionaire. And so she didn't have to work because she had all of her bills paid by these random men.
Right.
Yeah.
And good for her.
A dream. I wish I could have.
Living my dream. It's really hard watching people do that.
I mean, it works. It's a job. I'm sure she was hoping to get more than whatever her kid got. I don't think her kid actually got anything when Steve Bing died. I think that it was not
Oh my
even.
God. So they
don't think he
never
was-
like got the paternity situated? He
No,
died
they
before
did. I mean, that
or
was
they-
definitely
oh.
his
He only
kid. But
had
like by the time there's
300K.
300
He
in
didn't have
assets left over,
And that probably went
yeah.
to his estate or whatever he owed.
Or like whatever
Something.
debt he had.
Exactly. I feel like
I'm
that's
looking at
old
Elizabeth
stuff.
Hurley and I'm thinking a blowout cost $300,000. So I'm sticking with she didn't get anything of note.
Yeah,
You know,
that's a fair assumption. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, and then she kind of goes away
Yeah.
until
until
for us
earlier
at least.
this
She
year,
is in a
yeah.
few Lifetime movies. Apparently, the movie that they met on is the sequel to
Oh no.
It's a sequel to a different Lifetime movie.
Oh no.
But
With all
then-
different actors?
No, they're all this. It's the same.
Oh, she was in it originally
he-
too.
It's her and then 3 other women that are her sisters that are like
Mhm.
like never seen hide nor hair of them before in their lives. And then their
And you never
father
will again.
is
Wait.
Kelsey.
Hold on a second.
Oh yeah, this is one of Kelsey.
Okay,
Grammer's.
that's the first one.
The first one is Kelsey Grammer is like Father
Yes.
Christmas or something
Oh,
like
I
that.
have seen that.
Yeah, because I was
This
gonna
is
say
the
Billy Ray
sequel
is
to
not in
that?
that. Okay.
That's the original one where it's like Kelsey Grammer's like Father Christmas and
Uh-huh.
there's like the 4
Yeah, that
daughters and
movie
they're
was
all
terrible.
rich or something. I've
is
never
terrible.
seen it.
It's
I
not
only
good.
realized it was a sequel when they're like, oh, our other sister isn't here. Let's like FaceTime her. And I'm like, what
Oh
is
my
this
God.
storyline? And then I was Googling it and it's like, because this is like the second one. So you're like,
Yeah.
where's the other sister?
Oh,
Because she's like
okay.
shooting something else probably.
Probably, yeah.
Like she tech on a veil for the movie. And
Yeah.
so this one is
Okay.
the dad breaks up with his girlfriend and the dad who is Kelsey Grammer
Kelsey Grammer.
flies to an island in the Caribbean and is like hiding out there. And so the 3 sisters go to like find him. And when they get there, he's like palling around with Billy Ray Cyrus, whose name is like Ray. Wait, hold on. Let me just find it. It's worse than you think.
I don't know
His
how much of
name
this I
is-
could absorb.
Jimmy Ray Love.
And he's a musician.
And he's
The
a
fact that they
100%.
kept Ray.
he is a washed up country star
Okay.
that now lives on this island. And when I tell you that in the first scene, with 9 minutes into the movie, he's singing Achy Breaky Heart.
No.
No.
And he
no.
Braids that he thinks are like the Willie Nelson braids, but he looks like Wendy from Wendy's.
He looks like when Adele came out to that with those
Yeah.
afro knots and probably thinks there's nothing
Oh,
wrong with
no.
it. That's what I bet what he fucking looked like.
Hold on. Is the sequel also a Christmas movie or no? It is.
What's it called? Christmas in Paradise?
Christmas in Paradise. It's not streaming
Is
anywhere.
Paradise in quotes?
I had to rent it for $4.
Oh no.
$4 I'll never see back.
My
Yeah.
Lord.
I do not co-sign Christmas films in tropical locations, and I will say that until I die. That is not a Christmas movie.
I
No,
agree
it
with
was
you.
terrible.
I'm
I'm
actually glad you brought
Look,
up
it's not
that
a
important
movie.
issue because
Thank you so much.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't even
It's-
like a warm weather Christmas is
No.
something that
If you're not in New
miffs
York,
me, honestly.
Chicago, Aspen, or some made up fucking royal town with a bunch of snow, you're not a Christmas movie.
That's right.
Let's
Then
just
it's
say
not
it.
Christmas. Christ wasn't born where you're
Exactly.
from. Sorry
What
about
about
it.
the poor Australians?
Do they get snow?
Oh,
No,
bless
it's
them.
it's
No.
summertime for Christmas.
Well, fuck them then.
Yeah, fuck them.
How many Australian listeners do you have?
Yep. I don't they get it. They understand.
I understand.
They
yeah.
feel the same way.
What is the point of him in the movie? Like, does he end up
Nothing.
banging one of the sisters?
No.
Nothing.
I'm
he's
getting ready
not
for him
dating?
and Elizabeth Hurley to like
I assume.
Right.
accidentally fuck and then it'd be like, oh no, what's gonna happen? Like
And that does not
nothing.
happen. They don't
No.
cross paths.
They're there together, but he's like, what do y'all like in real life? And they're like, well, I do this and I do that. Like it's the most basic. It's the script is should
so
be
funny.
burned.
So like no indication of any chemistry with them on screen.
Mm.
not
What
one spark,
the
not one
fuck?
like smoking of a spark, like not one thing of it.
That's so crazy because it's not sold like that, you know.
I'm expecting her to like be like, oh no, I'm like falling off of like a thing, like whoa, 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 and like fall into his arms, and then he's like, I caught you, little lady, and then she's like, they like make out.
Well,
and then,
exactly.
like,
That's what you
the
think.
next
will
morning,
happen.
he has to like sneak out of her room. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm
Well,
expecting.
usually she has a fight with her dad and then goes down to like the lobby and he's there tinkling on his guitar.
Sure.
And he's like, can I sing you a song? And then she
And then-
connects with him, blah, blah, blah. But you're telling me he's just there to fucking be there?
He's there to perform and like be Billy Ray Cyrus. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, there is that scene where she trips down the hotel stairs and she grabs one of his braids and it saves her life.
And it saves her life. And she narrowly doesn't break her neck because she's pulling herself up by his braid.
And then they never speak again.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what happened? Like they yelled cut and he was like, I can't take it anymore. The best acting I'm doing is pretending like I'm not in love with you. And then he threw her down on the craft services table and made love to her in front of all of those minors that were on set. That's what I heard.
And the chip bags were flying.
I mean, I guess, but like there's no chemistry, like there's no nothing. And then here we are where they are dating and every post is more horrific than the next.
No, it's like
on
the fucking
Instagram.
Flatiron Follies, these two. I can't even, there's so much hair in all of these photos. It's ridiculous. It's like a 1980s yearbook from Long Island. It looks like my yearbook. It does.
Yeah.
Every time. It's just hair everywhere.
They like look alike now. Like if he took his beard off, like they like are becoming one person. And I swear to you, one picture there was like them braiding their hair together. I swear.
Stop. But like
it.
Both like of into, their hair, into one braid.
Yeah.
I feel like she doesn't even deserve our services at this point. I'm getting angrier and angrier about it.
Well,
you can't fix people who don't want it.
Because again, not even a full year ago, we were here and we were like, every Sci-Ri child is like, I must publicly like denounce my father because he's a monster and an ass.
Yeah.
And like he's on a downward spiral and is like gonna kill everyone that we love. Like
his son recently posted like within the last month or two, he was like, this guy's the worst.
Monster.
Stay away.
And like I don't know what he has on Elizabeth Hurley, but even like it's I don't know, guys.
She must have done something real fucked up on that set.
Remember, like Fire Rose, like in theory, like they filmed this thing, and then like that's when like Fire Rose, the videos of Fire Rose, like being like, here's him yelling at me, like all that comes out after this. Like I think that he was like, I'm so sad. Like everyone in my family's turning on me, and she's like, I'll be there for you. And then that's where we think it's like in the movie that happens to them. It really happened to them in real life.
Afterwards, yeah.
I think Elizabeth Hurley is plagued by a like 16-year-old girl's mind where it's like the most important thing is a boyfriend. And it's like, it's not. It's so not. And especially somebody like Billy Ray. Like she just consistently picks guys that aren't going to prioritize her and are shitty to her in different ways. And it's like, this will come out. Give it a year.
But I feel like he might prioritize her because what the fuck else does he have going on?
Until he does another guest starring role as a musician in a Caribbean holiday movie. This
is the thing.
And then finds his new love there.
Yeah.
You get him how you lose him how you get him.
If she's picking losers, I mean, so many people do that, but like her picking this particular loser at this particular time of his life and his reputation currently is a true mind boggler. Like you're coming off of a year where his outgoing wife, a certifiable lunatic in her own right, obviously, but you know, is like making all these horrible accusations. He's not speaking to anybody in his family. He has a billion children and they are all distancing themselves from him. And you must ask why. Like if you meet someone, do you have any kids? I do. Oh, what's your relationship like with them? None of them talk to me. I'm going to say I have to use the men's room and I'm not coming back from it. Like that's the end of that date.
She likes men with kids.
Well, maybe she has some
but he doesn't have any because they don't talk to him.
Right. But maybe she also has some type of like drama we aren't aware of and that brought them together somehow.
I was talking to someone about this that will go unnamed. and I was like,
was it Fire Rose? Is it why can't we know?
Yeah, it was Fire Rose. I called Fire Rose and she was like, no, I'm kidding. Someone that is a known person, so I'm not going to say zip in the lip, but I was like, why would they be together? And this person was like Coke dates Coke, weed dates weed, like meth dates meth. And so like they were like, is
Are
this
they both on coke?
Because he's not sober. There's no right. Hello, like am I?
This is huffing meets huffing. This is a hairspray relationship.
No, like canned air meets canned air is what this is. Like, and so that's like when I heard that and that hit me, I was like, oh, is she also like a drug addict? And then we just don't know it because she's so beautiful.
I don't see it. Her skin's
I don't either,
good.
but it's like that at least makes sense to me that she's like, oh yeah, you like do coke every day of your life. Me too. Like, okay, let's do it together.
Her nose would look so much worse.
Yeah.
She
just looks so put together. I think what it is, and this might just be influenced from her Gossip Girl character, where
Jesus
she's like, how do I stay in people's minds? What's the most ridiculous thing I can do? Because face it, movies isn't cutting it. I can't get roles that are going to make
Christmas in Paradise wasn't moving the needle.
That ain't it. That ain't it.
Bedazzled moved the needle, but it bounced right back, maybe even further back. So she's like, what's a plan B? Dating. Everyone can't shut up about dating. And who's the loser I can date? A guy I met on the last show I was on.
Yeah, this fucking poor, unfortunate soul that I can pull out of the muck, and he'll do whatever.
She's using him. That's my hope. Is like she uses him to like get elevated in the press, and then she launches her second act or something.
Because that's the thing. It's like we are talking about her because of this. Like we would not be here fixing her if it wasn't for this.
This is why she's dating him, to get on this show.
And like
on fixing famous people?
On fixing famous people.
That's sure.
That's how she did it.
Of those fuckers not talking about.
She wanted to be on this show so bad that she turned her vagina into the island of misfit toys. That is how badly she wanted to get on this podcast.
Yeah, exactly. You guys underestimate your influence, and that's on you. She wants to get on this show, and
definitely do. We definitely do.
Highly misunderestimate it. Yeah.
As in not recognize any ounce of it, actually. We're going a little lower.
But like, this is the thing. So now if you pop over to his Instagram, it's like,
collectively we all go, oh.
It's a picture of like the back of her son next to Miley. Tagged together, like Miley opened this concert, and it's like the back of Miley's head and the back of like her like model-esque son's head, and then like, oh, look at us, like all one happy family together with like the Hurleys, who now again we talk about her and her son because it's the proximity to Miley Cyrus, who's
oh my god,
undoubtedly an A-list celebrity and will be for the rest of her life.
He's been chiseled.
Oh, I did
out of marble. Her son.
Oh, the son. Her son should be a runway model for the rest of his life, and would be like,
he too is one of the world's great beauties. Like he is just like a genderless,
he really
sensual. He's just so beautiful.
The fact that he doesn't open every runway show of every designer ever is like a crime against humanity.
He's extraordinary.
But again, maybe that's what's going to happen, and that's why we're here, is because now we all know who Damian Hurley is.
And here's what's annoying is it's like, I know, like, okay, looks, we don't have to get hung up on them. Obviously, they're very mismatched in looks, but he doesn't even have a personality to compensate.
No.
And it's just like, or he does, it's just the worst one out there. And
that
it's
we've
like,
ever seen in our lives.
What does he bring to the table? I'm genuinely curious. And I'm sorry, I know we don't have to defend our relationships, but this one should be defended.
No, we do.
Yeah,
we actually do.
Like, I want to trust that you know what you're doing, but I can't.
I don't at all.
I can't trust that you do.
And it's crazy because, guys, remember, like, this person, like, has had one song that's been successful.
I know.
One
Can't name a single other one.
It's insane that the proceeds for his Over the Rainbow, I guess that's a new song he's released, all the proceeds go to the National Museum of African American Music. What's that angle about?
I don't know.
I don't trust it.
What in the Todd Chrisley surprise
humanitarianism
are we getting from this motherfucker?
Dare you even mention that?
It's the same shit.
Absolute villain. God.
Oh God.
I know what I want to do with her.
I already knew.
Okay.
I already knew coming in what I was going to do.
Oh, did you?
And we've only confirmed it even more. We've only confirmed it even.
Christopher, are we at the arena?
I think we're there.
All right.
Let's pull up.
Okay.
Chris, the floor is yours.
Dominic, you're not ready for this.
Oh, man.
Elizabeth, Louise, Anne, Margaret,
Jane,
Like, those are none of her middle names.
Marie, Jane, Hurley.
There it is.
No, nothing that makes sense. Not one thing about this makes sense. We've just sat here for 35 minutes being like, none of this makes sense. Why are they together? We don't have to defend our relationships. We do. And like, but, you know what I mean? Like, blah, blah, the whole thing.
Right.
It makes no sense. Like, tell me one reason why they're together. No one knows. Four of us have sat here on a Zoom dumbfounded. And I know something that will explain it. And that is a sex tape. I want them to release a sex tape.
Wow.
Jesus, Francesca Christ.
Not only do all of us want to see it, and if you say you don't, you're wrong.
Oh, I would watch it for sure. Yeah.
I got to see what he's packing.
It's the only thing I can think that makes any sense to me is that he is like destroying her. And she's like being like rocked into another dimension. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're breaking beds, like by how much they're like getting destroyed by each other. Like I need to see a sex tape because that's like the next, they need to escalate the insanity of this because her with like a naked photo, that weird naked photo where she's like sitting in a field, like having ticks like crawl up her vagina is not what I want to see. Like that's disgusting. Like I hated that.
Not
I'm
ticks.
like, and again, she looked great. Like body be bang, like she's incredible.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why are you sitting in a field naked?
Right,
like I don't like this for you. Like, are you okay? I want to see it happen. I want to see penetration. It's the only thing that will make sense to us because nothing else does.
Yeah.
And then that's a good scandal. And it's
100%.
very throwback to the 2000s.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you know, there can be like Elizabeth Hurley from like ship launching dress to sex tape. And then like we can do a retrospective of her career. Like, you know what I mean? It harkens back to a time that we don't have anymore because OnlyFans exists. So like everyone has a sex tape that like you can just pay money. Like it's like, what? Who fuck cares about that? But if we had a celebrity sex tape.
I know. We haven't had one in a long time.
So they would be releasing it, right?
They're releasing, or like it got leaked, just like Kim Kardashian's got leaked by Chris. You know what I mean?
No,
like
Kris Jenner
allegedly.
Allegedly.
But like just how it got leaked, like theirs will get leaked.
Yes.
And then
Kris Jenner should broker the deal for them.
She should.
To do it.
They can't afford
like
her.
she did the last one.
No, they really can't.
Yeah, they can't. You're right.
Not on this. They should have done it back then.
Here's a question though. That's my pitch, but like, does he need her money? Is that what this is?
Maybe.
But like, why is she allowing that?
Does she have that much money?
I don't know.
No.
Anywho, that's a sex tape. A chic sex tape. That's my pitch.
Oh, chic. Okay.
Like one of the old Cinemax films.
One of the old, an oldie but a goodie.
Are we getting a plot with it or just the set?
No. Just like they're filming themselves having sex and it happened to go all over the internet.
Okay. Love it.
So it's like 10 minutes. Oh, they're 60. So it's like 15 minutes. Like 15 minutes long.
But who knows? Because it's like she has to be dickmatized. There's no other way to explain this at all.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Well, my pitch is absolutely more conventional, which is a surprise on this broadcast ever, but particularly with these people. I think that Elizabeth Hurley I think she should host the Golden Bachelorette, is what I think. I think she should be the host of that show because she's in the age range of the women on the show, even though she is like, if you get out of that car and you see Elizabeth Hurley there, you'll instantly feel like shit about yourself. But I mean, you're on the Bachelorette, so how much did you love yourself to begin with?
Yeah.
So I think she'd be very relatable with everyone that's on the show. I think that her son could be like a little sidekick on the show. I think it would be a great way to meet him.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that at a certain point, it just goes without saying that the head of the Sarai dynasty would have to come on that show, maybe serenading the final 3 boys or.
Well, they usually do have some type of washed up country singer sing during a date while they dance.
He's perfect
for it. Oh my God,
He's
you're
perfect
right.
for it.
Yeah.
While they eat that delicious dinner.
Oh, you're right. Dominic, you used to have to fucking book them on that show, I'm sure.
Not the I was just with the civilians. I didn't have anything to do with the celebrities. Just the contestants.
My God.
But yeah, and that's my pitch. I'm just trying to think of what could she do? Like, I don't know what a tell-all is going to provide us because it's we already know most of it. And I was toying with the idea of some sort of like round table, like the women of the House of Sarai sitting down and having like a heart to heart.
I would,
but it's just never going to happen. And plus, I think Fire Rose would ruin it. She'd talk over everybody, and it would be unbearable because she's still so angry.
Well, you get a talking stick.
Yeah,
that's how you solve that problem.
Well, we'd have to keep everyone in a soundproof booth and have it like TD'd the entire time.
Billy Ray Cyrus looks like a talking stick.
He does. Yes, he does.
Oh God, his beard dye is criminal.
Well, Aricia, Brooke, even the rich, here we are.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Sure.
Yes.
Both of your solutions involve her still being with Billy Ray.
Yes. Yeah. Mine does.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Just trying to make sure.
Interesting that you said that
we can
though,
say like break
did.
up with him, but like that, what does that do? Nothing. Like you know what I mean?
Just like she's not going to do it.
Right.
No, she's clearly there for some reason. So it's like we have to go with what she's gonna, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oof.
This is
even
hard.
I would never separate someone from Dick. I'm just going to be straight up about that. Like I may not approve of the type, but it's like you got to do you. That's fine. I think it's ridiculous, but whatever, it's fine.
It's hard because if I'm thinking about it purely from like logical, rational one, I have a clear answer, but there's one that I would much rather see play out.
Oh, geez, I wonder which one.
That happens a lot on this podcast. It's like being in an Oscar pool and choosing between who you want to win or who you think is good. It's just sort of that.
Who should win.
I feel like Dominic's could actually fix Elizabeth. I feel like Chris's could fix all of us. You know?
Wow. And it really comes down to who do you want to help Aricia with this?
I think Chris's would temporarily fix us and then shred us. And I don't know that we can handle anymore. Like I think initially coming out and then the fallout and all the shit that would inevitably follow, we couldn't handle it. We are so fragile right now.
That's true.
And the thing that I like about Dominic's is I could see her going on that and falling in love with one of the contestants.
Oh no!
Oh my word!
Leaving Billy Ray. That's why I was like, I kind of like that because he comes on and then she kind of does the old switcheroo to him, where she falls in love with somebody on set, and then goodbye, bitch. I'm gonna go with Dominic's.
Okay, so you want to fix? Yeah, God, I really want to see that sex tape. And I feel like they could take it back. It's like, look at us. We're in our 60s and we're taking back the narrative, fuckers. You don't like this relationship? Oh, well, here's our genitals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that solves. I see their genitals.
But we do have to fix the person. So I think because of that, I think Dominic's is the most likely to maybe fix her. But
yeah,
but Christopher, I could not believe when this was coming out of your mouth. Like I would never, especially you, to make that suggestion. I was like,
no, but I just need to see the act. I just need to see the act. Because then,
how often do you pitch a sex tape?
Never once have I ever pitched one.
Chris would never pitch something like that. He's always like the more reasoned of the two of us.
We've like joked about it a couple of times of being like they should have a chic sex tape. Like we've like said that, but like it's never. I've never pitched it.
Chris, can you give me an example of a chic sex tape you've seen?
I also like that.
Show her yours, Chris.
But no, Dominic, it's.
I appreciate the win. I thank you.
Congrats.
We thank the two of you so much for coming back. We always have a wonderful time with you. Please come back again and again.
Thanks for having us.
For the 7 people listening to this that don't know where to find you, where can they find you, ladies?
You can find me on Instagram at Brooke Siffrinn, and Aricia, you can give your handle if you want.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for letting me give my handle.
You're so welcome.
I'm at Aricia Skidmore-Williams. And then our shows, Even the Royals drops on Tuesdays, Even the Rich drops on Wednesdays, and Rich and Weekly drops on Thursdays.
Yep. Wow.
And you two recently had a sleepover that was you two being high on the couch was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
We have an adult sleepover every Thursday, a standing sleepover.
That's like really cute.
It's fun.
That's adorable.
It's like something to look forward to in the midst of hell.
It truly is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get out of bed Monday through Wednesday if I didn't have Thursday to look forward to.
No, it's truly gorgeous. Thank you both for being
Chris
here.
and I just spent a week on vacation together, and we prefer not to be in the same room together until November.
Where did you go?
Yeah.
We were in Provincetown. Dominic's still there, by the way. I had to come home. Dominic is still there.
Coming home in August-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll extend. Don't worry. His favorite thing in the whole world is to extend a trip.
Absolutely extend.
Here we go. He'll be like, I might be coming on Thursday. Oh, it might be next Thursday. Oh, it might be like a whole rigmarole. Anyway, a whirlwind is what it has been. Dominic, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Dominic Pupa. My website's domitary.com. TikTok is also at Domitary. And don't forget that Fixing Famous People has a TikTok too, called Fixing Famous People Pod. No one is following it. Please.
Oh, no.
Oh, that sounds like our account.
It's just one of those, like, people just don't find us on TikTok. It's not like necessary, but it would be cute if you followed it.
They're finding us here. They're finding us here on the podcast app of their choice.
Christopher, where can the listeners, who many of whom I'm sure have already ordered their listener caps for summer from our links, Christopher, where can the listeners of this podcast find you on the World Wide Web?
You can find me at the Krista Rosa. You can find the show at Fixing Famous People. You can find the Patreon at patreon.com/Fixing Famous People. You can find free episodes of every single kind of thing we put on Patreon right now on our Patreon. You don't have to sign up. If you want to hear about what Whitney Houston's spirit has to say from the beyond, you can go right there for free. I wish you all well. And as always, where's Shelley? Goodbye.